If you're a business person, you know one of the perks of being a business leader is if you have a few people reporting to you, all the work that they do sort of becomes your work. And at the end of the day, you go to sleep really happy, feeling that, you know what, we did so much work together, rather, I did so much work today. And it's that fulfillment that makes you feel energized for the next day, doesn't it? Welcome back, business people. I'm Gulraj Shahpuri. I'm a Gallup Strengths coach, an NLP practitioner, a Marshall Goldsmith SSE coach, and a DISC specialist. And I'm here to tell you that I've helped more than 50,000 people learn how to manage themselves and others better. And today we're going to together talk about accountability. Now, in the example I gave, where you feel great about a job well done and you go to sleep feeling great about yourself, what if that's actually not the truth? What if that's not happening with you? Where does the system break down? Well, it could actually be three things. Maybe you're not that good of a manager, or maybe the systems aren't in place, or the people just aren't living up to accountability standards. And that's usually the trouble that I see in most businesses. So let's put 2 minutes on the clock, and I'm going to teach you a few ways on how you can hold your team accountable. Now, the first and the most obvious, and you probably already guessed it, is you have to live up to pristine standards of accountability for yourself. That means your direct reports, the people that directly report to you, they have to hold you in the best light because you're always setting a good example about your own accountability standards. Have I ever told you that when you tell people what you expect of them and how they will be measured, they're usually more motivated and they have a higher tendency to be more accountable? And this can be reinforced through weekly audits. If you sit down informally with somebody and just pull out your regular sheet of paper that has all the things that you expect of them written over there, that's their KPIs, that's their KRAs, everything is there, and you get to give incredible feedback on a weekly basis. People feel good about this, and you're going to see your company will have much more accountability than any other company. And if you want, I can even give you a sample of such a sheet. It's going to really put you on steroids. The third tool that's going to increase the level of accountability within your staff is morning and evening reports. Now, morning, evening reporting just has to be done to that person's direct boss. It's simple to do. It's usually a cut-paste job from the previous day, and they're just writing the updates on the things that were required of them, what they did, and anything that their boss was expecting of them. Now, it's super important that this be done and checked up on, especially in the evening before the person goes home, because the person only gets dismissed when they're able to report on where they are and what they plan to do tomorrow. It creates a pretty good culture. Coupled with this is having a morning and evening reporting session with the person's direct boss. This is a super fantastic way to give that daily dose of motivation, remind people about what you expect of them. It sets the standard of accountability. And number 5 is ABCD, above and beyond the call of duty. Find that person, highlight that person that's exemplary of showing great accountability. You'll be sending that implied message about what you expect as a boss. Number 6 is refuse upward delegation. Now, upward delegation is when somebody brings you their work, but you know it's not their best work. They could have emailed it to you and said, hey, what do you think? Is this what you wanted? They're kind of putting the ball in your court that you're just going to fix it up for them. Refuse this sort of habit because it leads to poor accountability in the future. If you let people get away with it once, twice, they're going to make a habit of it. And lastly, what do you think? When people bring problems to you, it's not your job as the boss to be the problem solver. I always send people back and I say, you know what, come up with 3 solutions and I'll pick one. And I usually go with one of theirs. It sends the message that, look, you're expected to solve your own problems. Run the solution by me and together we'll take a call on it. But if you keep solving people's problems, you yourself are driving accountability standards down in your company and you're going to get badly stuck one day. Well, that's it. Time's up. Bosses, I know it's hard creating an accountability culture because when you hold people accountable, well, you're kind of making them feel vulnerable and they feel that, you know, they could be criticized and you don't want them to feel bad, and in turn, you might feel bad about it. But you know what? If you don't create an accountability culture in your company, well, you're going to get railroaded by a company that actually has an incredible accountability culture and they figured out these kinks, and you will figure them out too. Pretty soon, everybody's going to get used to it and things are going to go really well for you. Now, as always, please tell us in the comments below which of these techniques you like the most and which you've already been using. We'd love to hear your experiences on it. And if enough people ask me in the comments, I might just post that sample audit I was telling you about in point number 2. Thanks for checking out this video, and now it's your turn. Do give us a like if you got value out of this video and if you learned something that you already weren't using before, and make sure you subscribe to this channel because we'd love to have you on board. And definitely go to imeanbusiness.com where you're going to get tools, techniques, and resources on how you can manage your business performance better and lead an extraordinary life.